Chairman of Friends of Pakistan Link Organization, Mr. Arif Mansoori, held a special gathering to remember and express tribute to the U.S. Armed Forces, law enforcement agencies, and firefighters personnel who sacrificed for the country. Let's watch.
God bless America. God bless the world.
Congresswoman Judy Chu, respected members of the community, thank you so much for joining us this evening. My name is Arif Mansoori. I am the chairman of the Friends of Pakistan Link, the organization that has organized today's candlelight vigil. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we are gathered here today to express our deepest gratitude and pay tribute to those men and women who served in the United States Armed Forces, law enforcement, fire department, and other similar departments, and who gave their life in the line of duty. We are gathered here to remember their sacrifice. We will never forget them. At this vigil, we have a few speeches, and then of course our chief guest will address the audience, and then we have a prayer, a non-denominational prayer, and then we would have a silence with the candlelight vigil. So first of all, I would request our co-chairman of Friends of Pakistan Link, Mr. Samin Farooqi, to please join me here and say a few words. Mr. Samin Farooqi.
Congresswoman Judy Chu and my friends, thank you very much for joining us today. Pakistani community, I know, Congresswoman, I have seen you on so many events. I participated in those too. That is always a vibrant community and always try to do something better for this country. Everybody take part in that. And we are very proud of our armed forces, veterans, and what happened in Afghanistan, Kabul airport, deeply hurt us, and we are here to pay tribute those people, and hopefully they will enjoying a better place from here, and you are very we are grateful to you that you came and joined us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Samin Farooqi. Before I invite my next speaker, I would like to present a short poem by Mary Elizabeth. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there, I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glints on snow. I am the sun on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I am the soft star that shines at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there, I did not die. Ladies and gentlemen, my next speaker is Mr. Fatah Kamal, who is from Afghanistan. And today's tribute, though we are paying tribute to all of the heroes who have paid ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty, but it is especially for those soldiers that gave their life in the line of duty in Afghanistan. So please put your hands together for my friend Fatah Kamal, who is from Afghanistan and he's a host of a television as well.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Good evening. Good evening, Ms. Congresswoman. Thank you so much. Let us acknowledge those American soldiers who died as heroes at Kabul airport. And the explosions, well, they were helping Afghan people from the Taliban, but we miss them right now. There's a lot of soldiers in Afghanistan from the United States and other ladies, which is I saw on the news, with one of the 6 months babies was on the shoulder and she's down with her together. But the parents is right now is in Norway, in Scandinavia country, but they miss the babies as well. But we lost a lot of Afghani people on this day in the airport, but let's pray for those soldiers from the heroes from the United States when they lost his life in Afghanistan. But this is like Afghanistan, just everybody is in here. Just give my word to the world, please. Pray for Afghanistan and pray for women in Afghanistan. Pray for those people from the United States when they lost his heroes in Afghanistan. Thank you so much, and thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Fatah Kamal. Next up, I have producer of a very famous television show, Safir Pakistan. I would like to now request Mr. Waqali Khan to please say a few words.
They provide the food, healthcare, everything, you name it. This is a country we're so proud, and we're so proud of those heroes died in Afghanistan. But I'm also very sad the situation, the position in Afghanistan, the women on the street, the people on the street, no food, no healthcare, nothing. We have also paid those tribute those people who died in Afghanistan due to terrorism, due to bomb blast, due to fight. Now the time that United States of America think how to take care of those suffering Afghanistani people in Afghanistan. Those have nothing to do with any fight or war. But I'm really proud our American soldiers, those fighting all over the world to restore the peace. That's my word today. Thank you very much for coming all the way. God bless America. God bless the world. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Waqar. So next up, we have our chief guest. I would like to say a few words before I invite Congresswoman to come up to the podium. As many of you know her very, very well, because she has been at many of our events. She is very connected with the Pakistani community, Muslim community, and for that matter, all the ethnic community. She is definitely a champion for all the minorities. She represents the 27th District of California. She is on many very powerful committees. She is on the House Ways and Means Committee. She is also the chair of the Asian Pacific Caucus, Congressional Asian Pacific Caucus. She also founded and is the co-chair of the Congressional Creative Rights Caucus. But besides that, our community owes her a tremendous debt of gratitude. She has, over the years since she has been in the Congress, she has done us tremendous amount of favors, tremendous amount of support of our community. One such thing, just this year, she introduced a bill in Congress as a No Ban Act, which will prevent any future Muslim bans. You remember the Trump's Muslim ban?
Yes.
So, Congresswoman, thank you so much for being there for us, being our voice. So please put your hands together for Congresswoman Judy Chu.
Well, thank you so much, Arif. I really appreciate that, and I thank you all for joining us today for this very important vigil. Thank you, Arif Mansouri and Jamal Khawaja, for your leadership in organizing today's gathering. And yes, I introduced the No Ban Act. I do want to say that I'm very, very proud because for the first time it passed out of the House unanimously. Yes. It's a very great moment, I must tell you.
Thank you, ma'am.
On October 7th, 2001, just about 1 month after the horrific September 11th attacks, the U.S. war to kick the Taliban and Al-Qaeda out of Afghanistan began. And then, on August 30th, nearly 2 full decades later, the U.S. pulled our last troops out. But just 4 days before that withdrawal was complete, the final 13 U.S. service members were killed in service of this mission. They died, like thousands of American, Afghan, and coalition forces before them, helping others, ensuring that the Kabul airport, which was the only way out of Afghanistan, remained safe for civilians. Well, once again, terrorists that were intent on chaos and death struck, and 13 soldiers and 60 Afghans paid the ultimate price. And they were not the only ones. We must remember that in total, there were 2,448 American service members, 3,846 U.S. contractors, 1,144 NATO service members, and over 100,000 Afghan security forces and civilians that died over the course of this war. And that's not to mention the aid workers and the journalists, as well as over 50,000 Taliban opposition fighters who were killed. This death toll is heartbreaking, and that is why 20 years into this war, and with troops being sent in to serve who were not even alive when this war began, I supported President Biden's decision to end it before sending another generation of men and women to die in it. We've learned that we cannot bomb terrorism away or create a stable government through occupation. However, that doesn't mean our obligations in Afghanistan are over. Even though we are not in Afghanistan anymore, we have a responsibility to help. That's why I'm pleased that this year's House-passed National Defense Authorization Act included funding to meet our obligations to our Afghan partners and others who are at risk. In addition to evacuating those who need to get out, we must ensure a safe Afghanistan for those who are remaining. And that means defending the human rights gains we've made over the years, especially for women and minorities. And it means working with regional partners to form a stable and inclusive government. And it means making sure Afghanistan does not become a base of operations for terrorists. That counter-terrorism work will be a cornerstone of our involvement moving forward. But first, there must be serious reforms with how we do this while ensuring the safety of civilians. Following the terrorist attack at the Kabul airport, the Pentagon believed that they knew who was responsible and acted to prevent what they thought was another attack. The reality was much worse. Instead of killing a terrorist, the U.S. drone that day killed 10 innocents, including at least 7 children. The driver of the car the Pentagon believed to be a terrorist was in fact an aid worker, and the reason I am involved is that that aid worker worked for a nonprofit headquartered in my congressional district in Pasadena. So I felt this loss very, very deeply. This kind of miscalculation is inexcusable. I am glad that the Pentagon acted quickly to accept responsibility, but that cannot undo the pain, and it cannot bring these people back to life. That is why I submitted an amendment to the National Defense Authorization Act, which did pass, calling on the Pentagon to provide restitution to the families of those who were killed. And we should not and cannot make a mistake like that again. So I led a letter signed by 11 other members of Congress calling on Secretary of Defense Austin to explain what safeguards exist to protect civilians and to explain what went wrong in this instance. Those 13 service members and the thousands before them died so that the people of Afghanistan would have a better future. Now that our military occupation has ended, it's up to us to ensure that we continue to see this mission through. And that means supporting a secure and inclusive government that protects everybody's freedom. And it means ensuring a U.S. counterterrorism strategy that centers on protecting civilians. So thank you all for coming out to remember those that we lost. With your support, we can ensure that these sacrifices were not in vain.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
To the families of the fallen heroes, I would like to just say that the whole nation is with you. We are there for you. We will never forget you. Next up, I have the president of our organization, our Friends of Pakistan Link, and the president of also Grand Alliance for Pakistan. I forgot to mention that Waqar Ali Khan Sahab, who just spoke, is the Veteran-in-Chief of the Grand Alliance for Pakistan that just organized an event down the road about 10 minutes from here about a month or so ago on August 28th, which was the largest Pakistan Independence Day under these circumstances with the pandemic and all that, and it was attended by 10,000 plus people. That was a major accomplishment. So the next speaker is the president of that organization as well as the president of this Friends of Pakistan Link. So please put your hands together for Jamal Khwaja.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. Congresswoman Judy Chu, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming. I understand it's not easy to come out on Sunday evening, but this is a true testimonial of that we Far East Asians, Pakistanis, how much we really care about United States of America. Of course, we were born in Pakistan, but we really value America as well. And I must say, it's not very normal for a congresswoman to come out and support the idea. Please give it for first Congresswoman Judy Chu. I really thank you from the bottom of my heart on behalf of all Pakistani Americans here that, ma'am, it really means a lot to us. We wanted to give a tribute to the people who have died on line of duty, not only in Afghanistan, even here in Los Angeles, all around United States. United States is one country who is taking care of everybody. We have, when I became a citizen of United States, the First Amendment right, we have taken an oath. Anywhere in the world, if there is any humanity crisis, we will speak about it. So today, I want you all to understand that how important this is. We sleep in the night. We don't close our car doors. We don't close our home doors knowing there are people who are taking care of us. There are people, there is law here. And I really mean this, that it is very important to acknowledge that how great it is to have this freedom. And how great system is this, that a congresswoman is coming out to support us. Once again, on behalf of Friends of Pakistan Link, Grand Alliance for Pakistan, I really want to thank you all for your support and coming out today. Thank you.
Good. I said Jamal Khaja, thank you so much.
So, Judy, what do you think about the situation with the Taliban? Is going to be any good news upcoming with the United States of America and Afghanistan?
it's very worrisome because we already see that women's rights are being taken away, and that there is a reduction of freedom in Afghanistan. So I believe that the U.S. must do everything that we can to make sure that at least there is aid to the people of Afghanistan so that they can have the food that they need in order to survive.
Yes.
At the very least, there must be that.
And how do you see the role of the Pakistan as a neighboring country?
I would hope that Pakistan can help in getting Afghan refugees out. We certainly need that. And also in ensuring that there isn't an increase in terrorist activity because of the Taliban taking over.
Okay. Do you see any good future with the Pak-US relation, as Joe Biden yet not called Imran Khan, Prime Minister of Pakistan?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Do you see the good future of relationship United States of America and Pakistan?
I would hope so. I think that it's important for the U.S. and Pakistan to maintain dialogue. I know that the State Department was recently in discussion with the Pakistan State Department, so I am hoping that something can happen that can benefit both countries.
Do you have any near future plan to go to Pakistan, meet?
Well, we're pretty busy in Congress, but we'll see.
Okay. Thank you very much, Judishu, for your interpretation and your cooperation.
Okay.
Thank you.